This is a little help with worksheet 1.2. Remember, you should always get the notes from your teacher first, so make sure you've taken notes. And then if you need help, you come to this. This is not your notes. This is just a little bit of a help. So let's go look at number 2. It says, what is the intersection of the line CM? And lines can only intersect at a point. So wherever they cross, there's the red line, and then I also am going to draw a blue line for line RN, which goes from forever through R and through N. You'll notice that their intersection is right here, and that point's name is N. So two lines intersect at a point. The word collinear means on the same line. So I'm not going to answer that one, but you need to have 1, 2, 3 on the same line. Those 3 are collinear. This one with these 2 are not, because they're not on the same line. We always name planes. Like this is plane V. And that V without a dot by it means it's the plane V. We name it with 3 points on it. So think of this as being like the floor, and give me 3 points on the floor. The only one that's not on the floor is is R. And you might say, well, how do you know that one's not on the floor? It is a little bit tricky to decide, but it's because it goes like this, and then it's got these dots, which is supposed to indicate to you that it stabs through the paper. So you have to picture R as hovering up above there. So 2 ways to name plane V. You can pick any of the other points except R, and you need 3 of them in any order. All right? Opposite rays have the same endpoint, but go in opposite directions. So the green ray and the red ray are considered opposite rays. So this one says, name a pair of opposite rays with endpoint N. And when we did this one in class, they predominantly chose an A is opposite to an X. There's other answers, but that's what we chose. So we did an A. You always need to have that point that the ray shoots out from listed first, and in this case, it was N up here, and then NX. And you have to put the ray symbol over it, and that you should know from taking your notes. Down here, it says determine whether each statement is always, sometimes, or never true. What I told the kids when we were doing this is try to draw 2 rays that don't make a line. And when I was walking around, I think Matt did that. Okay? Now, they could make a line if you did one ray like this and the other like this. So this is where 2 rays meet and don't make a line. This is where 2 rays meet and do make a line. So do they share an endpoint? Do they have to form a line? And the answer is, well, sometimes if they're opposite rays, but not always. Okay? On the next page, we are going to go down here and take a look at this 3-dimensional figure. And I told the kids to picture this as being the ceiling, this as being the floor of a kind of oddly shaped room. This is the back wall, and then we have the front wall, and then the back left. So I said picture these as like the room, and if I say are you on the ceiling or the floor or the left or the right or the front or the back, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it says name the intersection. Plane A, P, B. So you're going to go from A to P, to B to P. Notice I'm being locked on that back wall. The only other point back there is O. So it says in the figure at the right, name the intersections of those planes. So that's the back wall in green. And then I have to go from B to C to D. Now the only other point up here on the ceiling is over here. Now where did they intersect? Where are the green and the yellow intersecting, and you'll see that they're intersecting right here. They're both going through a line AB. All right, so we'll try one more of those. And again, it helps to draw in the picture here with different colors. But let's take plane BCD. And I would like you, if you're watching this, you travel from B to C to D, and you'll be like, oh, I'm up on the ceiling with all of those points. And then go from B to C to Q, and you'll be like, oh, I'm on that back wall back there. So we have the ceiling in that orangish color and the back wall in green, and they're intersecting up here on that line up on the top, which is line BC. And I don't know if your teacher wants you to put a line symbol over it or a line segment over it. Technically, this is correct, but that's up to you. All right. Through any 2 points, there is exactly one line. We'll draw that. Here's 1 point. Here's another. And there's only one line I can draw now. Once I've got 2 points, there's only one line that can be drawn through those 2 points. And it looks like this. All right, so I'm done. So that's just a little bit of help with, again, I'm giving a little bit of help. I don't often finish the problems. This one there wasn't any algebra to do, but when there is, I sometimes leave it and make you finish. And again, this is meant to be done after you've watched the notes in class. It's not the notes. Notes take about a half an hour. This is just a little kickstart to get you started on the worksheet. So have a good one. I hope that was helpful.